Hi, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Let's talk about deception. Deception is something that is elusive, it's very quiet, very stealthy, and a lot of times it's very covert. And that's why we call covert narcissists the most dangerous ones of them all. You have malignant, Machiavellian, covert, and then you have there's one more, I can't think of it, but covert is the most disturbing, the most dangerous one of them all. They're all dangerous. That's why, looking back at some of your relationships, if it was anything similar to mine, you had a covert narcissist that was very quiet, be it a man or a woman. In this case, she was a woman. And you girls who out there are women who have had a covert narcissist who was a man. You look back and you say, man, he was mellow, laid back, quiet, he listened. This is a trait that you will find in all narcissists. They are great listeners only for the reasons that you later on discover, or for their own benefit. Because they have to be great listeners. How else would they form any kind of fake personality? Because you are the only thing as to how a narcissist is able to have a personality. Your input is the only thing in which they can gauge normalcy by. Without you speaking to them and them listening to you, they cannot form an identity. So what they do is they listen good, they listen well, and they adopt the very behaviors and the mannerism and the mechanical cues that you demonstrate. But the only thing I believe, and thank God for this, is the fact that the narcissist is not attached to you at the hip. Had it not been for that, or if it wasn't for that, they would be able to know every iota, every move you made verbatim. This is why it's so important for them to know everything you're doing, keep tabs on you, having you under the impression that they're loyal to you. If it's a covert narcissist guy, he'll insist him dropping you off at work, him picking you up at work, him taking you to the grocery store, him taking you to the nail salon. But one thing you'll notice, he is not involved in any of this. He doesn't have a personal interest in any of this. He's only involved for the reasons that they need to keep tabs on you, to be able to monitor who you're in circles with, who you know. And this helps them in knowing, engaging how to keep you away from certain people too. And here you are thinking, man, he's protective. She's my queen. She's always bringing me food at my job. And this doesn't denounce women who are doing that. This is no disgrace or disrespect to women who are bringing lunch to their husbands and their significant others. If you know your heart is in the right place, that's all that matters. If this doesn't apply, let it fly. But this is what a narcissist will do. They'll pop up at your job unannounced. You'll come out normally for a break to the picnic tables, and you'll look up and see their car parked there. You'll get up and go over to the car. They won't initiate contact. You go over and say, hey, what are you doing here? They may have a cold burger or something there on the seat in case you spot them. They'll be like, I brought you lunch, half-hearted hand it to you. Don't even give you eye contact because they're looking at their phone. Generally, they are in that area. More than likely, they've screwed somebody in that area who's either close to you or someone that you know in that area. They're bunny hopping in that area, or they're stalking you. There's multiple reasons, but this is how they play it off. I brought you some lunch. And then you say, well, I didn't know you were out here. Oh, I knew your lunch break was going to be soon. How long you been out here? I just got here. And you never ever think, man, how does this person know I'm on lunch break? I just came out here. My lunch break random. I go out whenever I get ready. But you don't think like that. You pass it off. You talk yourself out of what intuition is telling you. This is just weird. I'm just popping up. Covert narcissist is very dangerous, and if you've been involved with one, guys, even though you're away from them and you've gotten distance and you're healing, I believe the covert narcissist will not stop relentlessly trying to stay attached to you until the day there's no more breath in them. And this is not to make you guys afraid or put you in fear or panic. I want you to live your life with the express mindset that this is a reality based on these people's mindset. They lose interest in you, but they don't lose attachment to you. Is the best way to say that. They're always going to be watching you, but we're always going to be in tune with ourselves. We're always going to be elevating and educating. So, narcissists, or if you're watching or you're listening, we're not down for the count, and we're going to live the life that God gave us to live. But what life are you going to live? You're going to live a life continually attached to other people, attached to other things that don't serve you well. You're going to continue decompose. You're going to continue to disintegrate, continue to start from square one, just like we did before we awakened to this madness. Chosen ones, we don't mind starting over, even in the worst of situations, even in this situation. To start over, it just goes with the territory. They don't mind starting over because they're really never ever beginning. They're just using someone for this or that purpose. It's like you're disposable to them. They don't take meaning and value into anything. And so when you understand that there's a human being walking around in the world that has this mindset that you are just you're just like a piece of toilet paper or a paper cup or a can of soda like this. When I'm done with what's in it, the contents, I throw the can away. And in this case, I'll redeem it for 5 cents. They'll do that too. If there's something still left in you, they will go on to squeeze that out of you. Even after you've found them out, they're still trying to get whatever it is that you have, because they want to leave you for dead. Things that don't even belong to them, they're trying to get through courts. And this is just to make your life a living hell, because they know the things that you value the most, that's the thing that they're going to try to obtain from you. And they'll use the courts to do it. Say you got a house together, they've been there a year, they haven't contributed anything to this house. They didn't have a job when you met them, they don't have a job now. They're leeching off of you. Because they tell the courts, I'm a stay-at-home mom. You happen to have gotten 2 kids by them, or a kid. And that's another thing. If you have a child by a narcissist, I cannot imagine the hell you are dealing with after the fact. That was my saving grace with regards to this third wife. But now that I've realized that my twins is moms, and that clan over there, heavily narcissist. So I didn't escape the bullet per se, but I do empathize, and like I just said, I can't imagine. I guess I can imagine. I didn't marry her, but all the things that I did leave her at her house, and asked the police, could I go back and get I got the big sob story. He didn't leave anything else here. He took everything. You know, it wasn't probably, but probably $5,000 or $6,000 worth of stuff, snow plows and different things like that. But it was things that I bought, things that belonged to me, things that she didn't contribute anyway in buying. It's my own personal property, and they pawned it all off, gave it to their friends. And you know the thing with karma, you know, I've sustained a lot of injuries here in the last few years, but my mental health and my physical health, in light of all that, is great. Um, this individual, she's doing anything but great. There's been several unfortunate things that have happened in and around these people's lives. But this is the thing, they never come to a point of introspecting. They never come to a point of putting it all out in front on the table and assessing their life. They don't show emotion. They go about life as though they haven't done anything to hurt or harm anybody. And the sad thing is, the courts know that these type of individuals exist. And the reason why I figured out that the courts seem to go, they seem to side with these entities and they seem to go against you, is because a lot of times these entities, they can read one another's energy. They are of the same energy. They are of the same demonic possession. This is why you find yourself, when you go in with logic, facts, evidence, and you still get the short end of the stick. This is why. It has nothing to do with them having a personal dislike for you. That's only a part of it. That's what we convince ourselves of. But it's a bigger piece of the puzzle that we're missing. It's a bigger picture. It boils down to the fact that your energy is unlike theirs. This is the reason for all the atrocious things that are happening in our world. The energies are not matching one another. You're dealing with light and darkness, good and evil. The Bible says light and darkness has no affiliation with each other. They can't share the same room. Because if you have light, it pushes out the darkness. And if you have enough darkness that covers the light, there you go. But the fortunate thing about light, it only takes a small amount of light to light a big room. One candle can light a whole room. So I think I just wanted to talk about that, guys, because somewhere or another, wherever you are in your life, post-awakening, you are thinking along these lines of, man, why am I always... You know, it's like a second guessing yourself, but never forget the fundamental part of why it is this way most of the time. You can be your own shortcomings. You know, we are able to assess where we are responsible for some of our shortcomings. That's a whole nother thing. But in respects to why you keep having to start over and over again, it is because the energies around you are not in sync with your energy. And so you're the last man out or last woman out. So covert narcissists are the most dangerous. All of them are dangerous. But covert narcissists are the most dangerous, most destructive. And a lot of times we can't determine and detect them because they're so stealthy, so unassuming, so quiet, seemingly so passive, agreeable, seemingly such good listeners, seemingly supportive, but they're nothing of the such. So bear that in mind, guys, going forward. And if you ever surmise that a person, or you ever observe a person is too quiet, initiate a verbal response from them. Make them talk. A lot of you empaths and chosen ones are quiet as well. Talk a little more. Just don't talk too much and tell too much to someone who could very well be a covert narcissist. That being said, bless.